What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Trading Wars. Thanks for joining me today. So today we will be doing another option seminar, and we will be focusing on the picks for today and discussing mostly the put plays that were great plays today. So welcome aboard. Thanks for being here. Let's go ahead on the Twitter and get some of our friends to join us and just entice them with some freebies, and then we're gonna get the party started. So here we go, live now. Come for let's see if anybody likes fruits. Wonder if anybody likes pineapples. Let's see. All right, so before we get started, as always, please let me know where you are tuning in from tonight, and I'm gonna throw some of your names there up on the screen right now. Okay, and then here is the tweet that we'll be focusing on today. So we have Jacksonville, Dr. K. White, Hazel, Orlando, Florida, Marcelo from Houston, Luke from Philadelphia, Nelson from Sugarland, Lorani from South Florida, Hepcat from Richmond, X-Ray from Denver, Colorado, Alex from Minnesota, baby, Derek from Los Angeles, Prasad from Tampa, Florida. A lot of people from Florida here tonight. D Mars 16 from Miami, Florida. Another Orlando. DJ Pezlo from Orlando. You know who from New York. Philip Blevins from North Carolina. And one more. Marcus Costin from Atlanta. Awesome, guys. So thank you for being here. So let's just do a quick mic check and audio check and everything. Am I sounding a little bit better tonight, guys? Because I know last time there was a lot of lag on the stream. So hit me with a 1 if you're hearing me clearly. And then let's drill down into these plays. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, what's up, Sherneen? Good to see you in the chat. All right, good. All right, so first and foremost, we will start the day off with AMD. And we're going to go to the daily chart as always. That's where we always start our analysis. And we're going to discuss what I saw yesterday and why I was interested to be playing AMD today. So first and foremost, we had the Holy Grail setup. Holy Grail setup is an outside bar followed by an inside bar. And pretty much all it means is that there's been a lot of consolidation on the stock. And because of that consolidation, we're looking for potential bigger moves the following day. So it's also very synergistic with options because when the stock is consolidating, the option premiums decay, right? The option premiums actually decay because the tighter the range gets, the cheaper the option premiums are going to be. Options are also based on volatility. So we had the Holy Grail setup here. How many of you guys are familiar with the Holy Grail setup? Hit me with a 1 if you're familiar with the Holy Grail setup. Really apologize for this lag. Just don't know what it is. I really don't know what to tell you guys. I'm trying my best here. Maybe I should restart my computer. Anyways. Okay, so you guys are familiar with the Holy Grail. Good to go. Let's go down to the 5-minute chart. And before we dig into the plays here, I want you guys to tell me what are the trading war strategies that we can use. What are the trading war strategies that we can use to get into this trade? So let's brainstorm together. I want to make sure you guys have attention. What are the trading war strategies that we can use? So we have the opening range breakout. So let's write that down. Opening range breakout. What else do we have, friends? Trigger price. Fibonacci. What else do we have? Anything else? Orban trigger. Yeah, those are the two most popular. Great. What time frames can we attack the opening range breakout on? Yep, and then I saw it in the chat, fractal. Good job. So where can we attack the opening range breakout on? What can we attack it on? What are the ones that I like the most? 3, 5, and 15. Okay, good. So we have the tools ready to roll. Let's start off with a 5-minute chart. Let's hit the first bar. Boom. All right, so this first bar, very powerful. The trigger for the downside is already in play. As you can see right there, we broke the trigger, right? So we broke the trigger for the puts right here, taking that short on this yellow line. Once that breaks, that's a good 20 to 30% return already off the bat, right? And then we have a little push lower. Let's continue. Okay, so what do you guys know about my trading style? We usually like to play for how many legs? How many legs do we like to play for, guys, before we tend to see a reversal? What did I teach you guys? How many legs do we like to play for before we see a reversal? What do you guys think? How many legs? How many legs does a human being have? 2. There we go. So the most highly probable part of this put play is this breakdown here. We get the retest right into the 2-6, right? Then we roll over one more time. So right over here, this area is where I want to be out for most of the position. So let's see what happens. Okay, push, push. All right, so in this case, we keep going. That's fine. I want to be out of most of the position here, not all of it, most of it, right in this area, okay? And then when I'm out of most of it, then the rest of the trade is basically just a home run trade. The rest of the trade is just for fun, basically, right? Just to see where we can go. But definitely, if you're still holding past the second leg here, what you have to do is when we get to this measured move, you see this 1. This is a complete measured move. You want to be hitting your scaling outs there as well, right? So beautiful, beautiful play. And as you can see, we kind of double bottom near the bottom of that extension and gets right at the bottom, guys. Another holy grail. So that's what we call fractal trading right there, right? So first opportunity, trigger. We also had a nice inside bar right here that worked also. Okay, so trigger worked, opening range breakout on the 5 worked, inside bar, fractal worked, came back down here for the holy grail reversal. That worked also. So let's see. Let's hop in the Discord and just make sure the alerts came through. Just make sure. Daily option pick alerts. Here we go. And we had, oh, I'm looking at yesterday. Okay, today, AMD inside bar 945. Beautiful. So, guys, I must say that this was a very beautiful, straightforward play. Trigger, inside bar, come back down here for the Holy Grail. Very, very beautiful. And that's pretty much it. Nice, clean. Like I said there, that little lesson, the 2 legs, try to get out the bulk. And the rest, you could kind of leave it on if you have a little bit left for a home run. But definitely get that trailing stop loss going, okay? So hit me with a 1. Hit me with a 1 if you guys are cool with that one. I also want to just quickly go to the 3-minute chart. Go to the 3-minute chart. And I want to show you guys the action. Let's look at the action on the 3-minute. Here we go. 3 minutes. Boom. Nice. So the 3-minute chart was even more beautiful, actually. Man, the 3-minute chart is very beautiful. We had the first trigger up here. We had the opening range breakout. You notice how this opening range breakout on the first 3-minute bar is it's a lot smaller of a candle compared to the chart. Okay? So technically, by entering on the breakout of the first 3-minute candle, you would have gotten a lot better deal for the option prices right over here. So that was a beautiful one. And then look at this, guys. Beautiful fractal trade, double inside bar. Really doesn't get any better than that. We saw a double inside bar on Apple yesterday, and we saw a double inside bar today on AMD, guys. And I'm telling you, don't sleep on those double inside bars. Very, very, very powerful. There's so many opportunities for you guys. And check this out. This is kind of weird because you see how there's a holy grail down here on the 3-minute? Check this out. There's a holy, what time is this? 12:05. Let's go to the 3-minute. 12:03. See that? So this one is even crazier. This one is right now. Where we have basically a holy grail on the 3-minute and a holy grail on the 5-minute at the same time. I don't even know what to call that. We're gonna have to call that the matrix. At this point, we're gonna have to call that the matrix. So I must say today, AMD, very reasonable. I hope you guys banked, hope you guys locked in some money. Very, very clean. Pretty much all the setups worked. All right. So what do you guys prefer? What do you guys prefer? Hit me with the 3 if you prefer the 3-minute chart, or hit me with the 5 if you prefer the 5-minute chart. What do you guys prefer? 3 or 5-minute chart? What do you guys think? Just interested, guys. Let's also just take a sneak peek on the 15. And let's see. Yep. So here we go. The 15 opening range breakout worked as well. So we had the 3-minute, the 5-minute, and the 15-minute opening range breakout working well. All right. So this is what I'm going to do, guys. I'm writing my own material. I am putting together a complete guide with all of these setups, and it's going to have maybe 75 to 100 charts. I'm putting it all together for you guys. So hit me with a 6 right now if you're excited for that. The more you guys want it, the more work I'm going to put into it. But let me know, would you guys like that if we had all of this in a written guide that you could use, print it out, put it on your desk or put it on your wall while you're trading? Good. All right. So this is what I need you guys to do. Before we continue, please do me a favor here. Do me a solid. Hit me with a like, subscribe, and just hit me with a 6 on the comment in the chat. Okay? Comment on the video. Sorry, not on the chat. Comment on the video. Hit me with a 6, guys. I promise you, the more 6s I see, the more effort I'm going to put in this weekend. Okay? I promise you guys that. I will. I just know, like, some people learn in different ways, and sometimes having the written material is even better. So here we go. We are going to go on to Nvidia. And we had the same thing on Nvidia. I'm not going to hit the replay because I'm going to walk you. I want to actually do a comparison here. Let's do this. Let's do side by side. Okay. Let me get rid of this. Let's do side by side. And then we can look at this together. Okay. So there we go. So that was the daily chart on AMD. And this was the daily chart. Oops, I went to the wrong stock. Nvidia. Here we go. All right. So let's look at these charts together so we can just have a little learning lesson. So both of these charts yesterday hit us with the Holy Grail pattern. You could see right here, the outside bar and the inside bar. But I just want to show you guys the scenarios, because not everything is going to be not everything is going to be like a crash. Generally in the market, we see a lot of reversals, a lot of legs, and then pushes back in the opposite direction, because there's a combination of bulls and bears. There's not just one party involved in the market, right? So this is a great examples. You guys could, let's do a pen and pad alert right now. Actually, let's do a pen and pad alert. So if you can get the pen and the pad out, and if I could see some of those pen and pad alerts in the chat, we're gonna just take some notes here on what can happen with these patterns, and we're gonna write it down, and then we're gonna have them in our list of trading patterns. All right. So here we go. So when we have the Holy Grail set up, yeah, I do need a coffee, brother. Just been grinding. Definitely need a coffee. Anyways, so when we have the Holy Grail breakdown, guys, we can either have a clean breakdown and a close near the lows. That's what you see happened in AMD. Clean breakdown, close near the lows, right? That's ideal situation for the bears. But a lot of the times, we're going to have a breakdown, and we're going to usually have a buy the dip type of scenario. It really depends on the stock. If the stock is generally in a bullish uptrend, right? Like AMD and Nvidia are generally in bullish uptrends, you would expect there to be some buying. But in this case here, Nvidia or Nvidia, or whatever you want to call it, had a lot more buying. And you can clearly see it here with the difference in the daily bar. This daily bar is closing near the low, and this one has a hammer. So the hammer is showing you exactly that we had the buying pressure in the day. So let's go ahead now and let us review the trade. So here's the yellow line. So, and Nvidia right here, guys, beautiful trigger breakdown right off the bat. Nice opening range breakout. That's two, right? And then, like I said, the double legs. Here we go. Let's take the Fibonacci. This is from my book. This is what we call the morning leg. This one is very pretty. We have the high to low right here. We pull back. You see, we come back to the 50. You see that inverted hammer? That's beautiful. And yep, this is the time where I have to turn off the stream because I'm showing you guys too many secrets here. Because check this out. Look at this. This is why I always play for two legs. This is why. It doesn't matter to me if it goes more than two legs, but I would prefer to play for two legs because I know the probabilities behind it. Now look at this beautiful pattern right here. We had the push down, morning Fibonacci leg, pull back to the 50, beautiful extension all the way to the 618. Look at this. 618 completion, inside bar shows up, waiting for you, calling your name. Beautiful, beautiful inside bar. And look at that. That's the low of the day, guys. Straight into the close. Beautiful. Let me just make sure that this inside bar came through the alerts. 1055 Nvidia. Right there, guys. Boom. So there's the alert. Just making sure. Yeah, man. I mean, that's why I play for the two legs right there, guys, because generally you could see some type of buying. So I like bam, bam, 618 extension. This one is picture perfect. I mean, I love when the Fibonacci's and the inside bars align. It's just such a beautiful sight to see that. Very, very, very powerful setups when you can get a confluence. All right. So there we go, guys. So hit me with a 3 if you guys are good with Nvidia. Beautiful. So I think Nvidia was also another fair pick. We had the opening range breakout. We had the trigger. We had the Fibonacci. For those of you that have my book, you guys know how to trade the Fibonacci. And then we also had the reversal. So we had the completion at the 618 extension. And we even had an inside bar there. I mean, does not really get any better than that. You could have made money in any direction today, guys. Very fair. Let's go down to the 3-minute chart and let's take a look. My 5-minute chart will always be my primary chart, my primary time frame. But, the 3-minute is also very strong. And it's just something that I really haven't put in enough time to really test it. But I will. Again here, guys, now look at this. We had the 3-minute opening range breakout right there. That's even more prettier because it's a tight candle with wicks on both sides sitting on the trigger. So you can see that some bulls were thinking, okay, we're going to buy the dip at the previous day's support, right? And instead, we had this collapse. And then if you missed that one, inside bar right there, you could see a little bit more detail in the Fibonacci legs here, like this one here. Push down, pull back to the 50, trade to the 272, bam, 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 pull back in the zone again, roll over. Very, very beautiful. I love it. I love it, man. I just don't know. Sometimes, I don't know. Sometimes when I look at this stuff, I'm just like, how the hell did I figure this shit out? I don't even understand myself. All right. So let's move on to everybody's favorite trade of the day, Uber, which definitely false breakout on the trigger. Let's take a look at Uber. So let's go back to the daily chart. So Uber was not a holy grail. Uber was just a straight up inside bar pattern. This man, I really like the setup today, actually. Not sure why this didn't hit my scanner. I'm gonna have to investigate why this didn't hit my scanner, but I really like this setup. Anyways, let's continue. So 5-minute chart, guys, here we go. So first 5-minute bar came, took the trigger, we lost. Okay, that's pretty much it. I don't have anything else to say. I'm not gonna pretend like there was anything else to the story. Just a loser, guys. If we can hit 1 or 2 of these picks a day, the other 2 we lose small, it's really not a big deal. All right. But if we look at the 3-minute chart, I actually do see a lot more beautiful detail here on the 3-minute chart. Sorry. Look at this double inside bar on the 3-minute and also this inside bar here on the 3-minute. I mean, see, sometimes when you drill down and you get lower and lower into the time frame, you get more detail. But with more detail also comes the potential for more false signals. So just be careful, do your due diligence when you're backtesting these stuff here. But I mean, if you were on the 3-minute, you could have easily caught this right here, double inside bar breakdown, wham. So far, the double inside bars have been just extremely powerful this week. Here we go, guys. So let's continue. Square was a beauty. I think Square was the big boy today. Let me check. Yeah, Square was the big boy today. So let's continue with Square. Square was just another simple inside bar, nothing special. But guys, these inside bars, they work really well, man. Just look at any chart, pull it up, check it out for yourself. Okay. I do have a bonus pick, guys. You guys are asking for bonus picks. Yep, I have bonus picks in my Discord. So here we go. So Square was a powerful short today. So let's go ahead and start again. Boom. $4 from my brother Chutron. Thank you very much, brother. Appreciate you being here. Thank you very much, sir. So here we go. The trigger today was a trigger day, man. Except for Uber, the triggers were just beautiful today. But we got the trigger right here, right off the bat on the first 5-minute bar. Here's your trigger right there, filled. Here's your opening range breakout, beautiful. And then this inside bar did not really work out, but this one was a beautiful one right there. So pretty clean. This one went for a big home run. This one went up 300%. That was the best pick on the day, was Square. When it came down with just power. It was not stopping. There was a lot of trap bulls in here. And for the legs, I would definitely be looking right here. First leg on the way down, scaling out somewhere here around this 272. And then just using a trailing stop into the close. Pretty straightforward. I mean, once these get going and once they start making their move, you got to cover something. And then you have to be willing to use a trailing stop loss to be in something a little bit, to have something left over. The main thing that you don't want to do, guys, is if you, sorry, excuse me. If you completely get out of the position, then you're going to get FOMO. And then you can do stupid things. Hit me with a 1 if that's ever happened to you. You completely cover your position. Let's say you make 30%. You see the thing running even more. And then you get FOMO. And because of that, you get back in at a bad price. You end up giving back your gains and more. That's something that I've done too. So that's why I came up with the scaling out method. Because we have to find ways to combat human emotion. So I'm always trying to scale and leave something on. Because if I don't leave something on, then I'm gonna get FOMO. I'm gonna try to hop back in, and it's never gonna be good. It never ends well, man. Trust me, guys. I've been training for a long time. Hopping back into a play after you've locked in and you followed your rules never works out. And that's why you want to try to automate as much as you can. You automate as much as you can, try to take the human aspect out of it. All right, so those were the picks yesterday. We had a bonus pick in net. Net was the bonus pick from the swing room. If I go here to the 5 with net, it wasn't really too great, just kind of the triggers were all the way down here and here. So net opened in the middle of the range, which made it kind of hard to trade. But taking the Fibonacci of the previous day's range like this, and we pull it across, we can see that we were actually touching the 786 right off the open. So that's pretty much the best trade there on net. It didn't work as cleanly as I wanted it to, but that's fine. We'll continue on for tomorrow. So what we're gonna do here, guys, now is we went through the picks. We looked at the Discord a little bit. I just wanted to answer any questions that you guys have, because I know you guys have a lot of questions, and as you guys can tell, I'm pretty tired from just grinding. So I'm gonna do my best to answer your questions here. And we continue. We made actually these 2 days. So it's been 2 days so far in the market. I mean, you could pretty much just take the rest of the week off at this point, because when you have days where you're winning everything, that's the time when you have to be cautious for the next day, because there's a lot of issues with confidence and winning. A lot of times you can win all week and give it back in one day. Okay. Cheap options on IB breakout. I'm not sure what you're trying to ask about cheap options. We just get filled when we get the trigger. So what I mean by cheap options is because we see that the previous day we had consolidation, like we had an inside bar or holy grail. Because we had that, right, then the option premiums are going to be relatively cheaper. That's what I mean by cheap. All right. Can you please explain drawing fibs without the future candles? Yeah, so I talk about that in my book a lot, and I've done some simulations. What I suggest is you watch the video on the Fibonacci playlist. All you have to do is think about it like this. Once, right? So let's get a clean chart. Let's take Facebook. That's not a good. Let's go to SPY. SPY is usually pretty clean, right? So so when you want to draw fibs, right? You got to draw the fibs when we start pulling back. So let's zoom in on this. Okay, let's hit the replay. So I'm gonna walk you guys through this. Okay, this is how you do the fibs. First 5-minute bar. Okay, boom, boom. Now we push higher. Okay, so right there, you see this? So now I have a range. I have a range from the low to the high, and I see that we're pulling back. Okay, so this is my range. So now that I have my range, these are the Fibonacci's that I'm looking for. Okay. Oops. I think it froze. Okay. I don't know why it's so choppy, but anyways, there we go. So that's an example right there. So once the range is established and we start pulling back, you can see here, this was a 618 fill, right? This was a 618 fill. You have to draw the Fibonacci once we start pulling back. Just remember that. Once we start pulling back. And that's how you draw it. Okay. And let me see if I can get another example here for you. Right. So here we go. So so that's what I call the morning leg from my book, right? That's the morning leg. This would be an example of the afternoon leg right around lunchtime. So now we draw the Fibonacci from the high to the low like that. Okay. And then you draw it once we start pulling back. So see, we have the high to the low, and now we're pulling back. So now we're using like the 50, the 618. These are the areas we're going to be looking, right? You can see then in this case, you have the 50 fib and you have an inside bar confirmation. So you could take that play right there, and that's a winner. Okay. So that's how you have to do it. Once we start pulling back, just remember that. Okay. Watch my other videos on fibs to help you out with that. What else do you guys have? How would you prevent a heavy loss on Uber? Why do you have a heavy loss on Uber? That's the question you should be asking yourself. When you're taking these plays, you need to size appropriately. Never risk more than 1 to 2% of your capital. Whenever I take option plays, generally I'm willing to lose the full premium, generally, because a lot of these plays, I take them and they also become swing trades. So if you have a heavy loss on something, that means you didn't do your job. That means that you put too much capital in there. You should never have a heavy loss in trading, ever, no matter what you do. Everything should be small paper cuts. And that's why position sizing is very, very important. Exactly. So there we go. Prevent heavy losses by not getting heavy in the first place. Exactly. That's what you have to do. You have to be willing to take the risk. If you can't take the risk, then if you're putting in more than 10 or 15% of your capital in one trade, you're doing something wrong. Okay. So that's why I would rather spread my money out across maybe 5 to 10 to 15 different stocks instead of playing heavy in one stock. Because if I can spread it out from 10 to 15 different instruments, then I have I have diversification and I have less risk in each one. What makes you decide which direction to go once you have the Holy Grail? Well, we drill down, right? At the open. We drill down at the open and we decide based on the patterns that we get. The Holy Grail, like I told you guys before, the Holy Grail or any other pattern is just basically what we call a prerequisite. It's a precondition. It's basically marinating the chicken before you put the chicken on the grill. Okay? So once we have the right conditions, then we can drill down on the 3 or the 5-minute chart or 15-minute chart, and then we can look for plays based on our strategies. What percentage do you use for trail? I don't use percentage. Nvidia bouncing from demand. What do you think? No idea. We'll have to see. I don't make predictions like that, guys. I always reassess at the open. Always. When you've been trading long enough, you'll understand that you can't take gambles in the night because the futures market is always running and there's always news that could be affecting that. If you want to be an effective day trader, then you have to come and you have to hit that in the lower time frames. If you want to be an effective swing trader, you need wider stops on larger time frames. Yeah, and then the other thing that I want to do is before I close off the call tonight is just want to say you don't have to trade every single pattern, right? So let's say we have, give me some volunteers here. Hit me with a 5 if you want to be a volunteer. I'm just going to do this as a simulation. So hit me with a 5 if you want to be a volunteer. Okay, I'm going to put your name up on the screen and I'm going to give you a plan. Okay? So hit me with a 5 if you're interested. And then I'll give you guys an idea of how you want to be doing this. Just remember, you are training yourself. You are becoming an expert at something. So it's going to take time. Okay. So let's start off right here. This is just a simulation. Okay. This is not going to be real, but I just want to give you an example. So right here, DMAR16, you are going to trade inside. You're going to trade the opening range breakout on the 3-minute chart. And you're going to take 100 trades, and then you're going to come back to me with your results. Sean, you're going to do the 5-chart opening range breakout. Shashikant, you're going to do the 15-minute opening range breakout. All of you guys are going to take 100 of those trades, and you're going to come back with the results. Anthony, you're going to take the inside bars on the 5-minute. Dosselin, you're going to take the inside bars on the 3-minute. Prasad, you're going to take the inside bars on the 15. No, you're going to take the double inside bars on the 3. Shanine, you're going to take the double inside bars on the 5-minute. Harlem, you're going to take double inside bars on the 15. JT, you're going to take the triggers. Okay. You're going to take triggers only long. DMAR, again, you're back up here. You're going to be taking the triggers only short. Bonals, you're going to be taking the Fibonacci intraday legs. Mr. Singh, you're going to be Fibonacci reversals. Do you understand what I'm saying here, guys? Do you understand what I'm trying to say here is this? I'm trying to say you don't have, pick one. Get 100 of those trades under your belt. 100. Okay? 100 of those trades under your belt. Okay? And with those 100 trades, what I need you to do is this. Document the win-loss. Document the win rate, the gains and the loss. Master that first. Master that one first. Hit it 100 times. Then you go to the next one. Master that 100 times. Then you go to the next one. Master that 100 times. Go to the next one. Then what you're going to find is you're going to find these specific patterns, its opening range breakout works better for you because you have enough time to see it develop. You have better stats, or someone's going to say, I like the trigger because I have a tighter stop loss. Okay. And I want to do the trigger. Some of you guys are going to say, I like the fibs Because with the fibs, I'm basically feel like a god when it comes in and I get filled and it looks like magic. So that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I did, guys. That's what I did. How do you think I came up with all of these things? So I'm sharing with you my whole strategy, every single thing that I did. Okay. I heard we only have 26 likes. No, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. We have more than that. Okay. So check this out. What is? You don't have to trade real money. You can paper trade. Forget about all of that. Real money or paper trade. Forget about all of that. This is what I want you guys to do. This is your homework. This is your homework. Do 100 back test. Okay? Do 100 back test. And somebody else do 100 back tests. Somebody else do 100 back tests. Somebody else. And guess what we're going to do? We're going to put it in an Excel file on Google Sheets, and we're going to share it with everybody. How's that sound? Hit me with a 7 if that sounds good. Hit me with a 7 if that's something we can do as a community. Everybody do your part. Take your time. Spend maybe 20 minutes a day. Hit 100 back test. Okay? Put it in a spreadsheet. Put it together in Google Docs. And we'll share it with each other. And we can learn from each other. Okay? I think that's a great idea. We have to be together as a community. We have to take care of each other. There's a lot of sharks out there, especially in this industry. And that's, my friends, is how I got to be better at a trader, is by simulating it myself and by going through all of that. So this is all you need to have on your spreadsheet. Date, time, entry, target, stop, win or loss. That's it. Okay? Use anything you guys want. Use Thinkorswim, use Tradingview, whatever you guys want to use. And we shall combine the data and take a look. One of the things that I haven't been able to do as much as I used to is the back testing, because I've been extremely busy with trading and other things, running the rooms. But I will get back to my back testing ways. Well, I've already put in thousands of hours in it. But I'm always trying to get better. What target do I suggest? So do a 1-to-1 target first. Okay, what I mean 1-to-1 is 1 times the bar. So risk a bar, and every trade risk a bar. Risk 1 bar, and then start off with layout 1-to-1, 2-to-1, etc. Just lay out a few targets, 1, 1.5, 2. That's what I normally do, 1, 1.5, and 2. And risk 1 bar, okay? So if you're taking an inside bar, risk that bar. If you're taking the trigger, you're either going to risk a fib or risk the opening bar. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be doing some back testing on my own, and then I'll be sharing some of the results with you guys, etc. And then we can put it together. But otherwise than that, I want to thank you all for being here. I hope you guys learned something new. Sorry I didn't have as much energy as I normally do, but we will have some good rest tonight and rejuvenate ourselves, and we'll come back stronger. All right, so that's it for me. Appreciate each and every one of you again. As I said, thank you for being here. Wishing you all the best of luck next for the rest of the week, and try to trade green. Just remember what I said. These first 2 days are very giving, and don't give it back. Okay? Do not give back the gains that you worked so hard to make. All right? Appreciate you guys. Have a good night.